All right, so tonight we got Jordan Hitt, arguably one of the hottest rookies on 300. If you ask for my opinion, I mean the top rookie in 300 for the first 6 months of the year. Kind of just picking his brain on what it takes. But for anybody who doesn't know, never got to meet you, Jordan. Kind of what's your story? How'd you end up here?
So, restaurant industry for years. Started doing that. I think I was doing that for about 5 or 6 years. Realized I could make some good money comparable to any other hourly or low salary job without having any kind of experience or education or whatever the case may be. It's really hard to find a job that will pay as good as, maybe serving or bartending. So did that, worked for there for quite some time. Um, but honestly, kind of realized how much I don't like people, Jacob. Just kind of realized like, man, people are cool and all. You'll meet some cool ass dudes, some cool ass women. Um, but all in all, dealing with drunk people was just not something I wanted to do forever. And I knew it was very temporary. I just was kind of waiting for a better opportunity to kind of come to my doorstep essentially. So was doing that for quite some time. And it's funny the way that I even got introduced into this business. It's actually a small story I'm gonna share real quick. Mark was working at AIL. Never met Mark, didn't even know who the guy was, but he worked with a guy named Bobby. And I was dating this one girl back in the day who used to work for Entergy, who was at she was at this place. She met Bobby, and I was actually in the market for health insurance. And she knew I was looking for insurance, not knowing that Bobby, this guy who worked with Mark at AIL, was selling life insurance. Anyway, long story short, I was like, I'll talk to the dude, see what's up. And all in all, he gave me his whole prezo, and I signed up for AIL. Did not get approved, as I'm sure a lot of people from AIL know how hard it is, or X, Y, and Z, but I didn't get approved. Bobby quit, and that's how Mark took over my case. And Mark and I sat on the phone for literally like 30 minutes one day, just BS and just talking and kind of shooting the shit big time. And he was like, man, you would be really good at this job. And he actually tried to recruit me at AIL, but I've done sales before, wasn't really ready for that commitment. And so I was like, hey man, thank you for the opportunity. Not real interested right now, but hey, thank you, I appreciate it. And about a year goes by, just about, and I'm working at Margaritaville. I actually bartended for y'all's conference that y'all had at Margaritaville. My girlfriend and I, Micah, we were the bartenders. And I was excited to meet Brian, to meet everybody, whatever the case may be. And that's kind of how I got introduced to it. I signed up for AIL. Mark took over my policy, and met a lot of people at y'all's conference. And that's how I kind of came into NASB. It was like the stars lined up here and there. It was very weird how it all worked out, but they actually fired my ass, which is their loss. And I called on Mark one day, and I was like, Mark, man, I need a change in my life. I'm kind of at the point to where like I need something that actually provides purpose in my life. Because I'm not gonna lie, towards the end of my bartending career, I felt kind of purposeless, kind of meaningless, to be honest. Because I feel like slinging drinks, you can make money doing it, but you know, vodka soda doesn't really do much for somebody besides get them drunk. You know what I'm saying? So I felt kind of useless, is what I'm pretty much saying. So I needed something that was going to kind of provide more value to my own life. And I took Mark up on the opportunity. And now here I am 3-4 months later, whatever it is. So that's kind of how I got introduced to NASB. Weird story. So
I remember that phone call too. Mark was like, bro, you don't understand. This dude is sharp. So coming in from bartending, right? And the grind, somebody is making your schedule. You're going in, you're working real late nights. Like
yeah.
you're really working late nights. What's the grind like? What was the shift? Because people come in here and it looks glamorous on the outside. Like you look at somebody who sells life insurance at a high level, somebody like Mark, you look at his lifestyle and it's like, oh yeah, that looks nice. You come in and then you get to see it from the inside. What was that like for you?
It was kind of a reality check. I wasn't really expecting anything, to be honest. I was expecting to come in here, okay, you learn the business, and boom, you about to come in here and start selling your ass off, making 20 bands a month. And that reality kind of hit my ass quick. That, that is a very realistic opportunity. And it can be done in a short period of time if you do your job. But when I first started, like I said, I didn't know what to expect. I expected to come in here and make sales and kind of get it going quick, which, luckily I have done. But I just didn't know what the grind really was. So really the transition from being a W-2 employee, and kind of having somebody to hold your hand and tell you when you need to be here, stuff like that, converting to being, 1099, kind of, hey, everything is on your own schedule and you can do your own, whatever you want to do, but just know that your income will not exceed who you are. Understanding that your income is not going to exceed who you are in the field and how you are in your business is kind of key. You can't show up to work 15, 20 hours a week and expect to make 20 bands. That's just not really how it works. You're going to have to knock on the doors, set up a Zoom appointment, whatever works best for you. However much effort you put into it, your income will definitely reflect that. So I think that understanding that there is a grind, there is a hustle, and you gotta really want it. We all hit walls. Even I did. I'm not saying I'm perfect at all. I haven't hit 30K, and that's my goal. So to me, I've hit a stepping stone to the next level for myself, but I'm not anywhere near where I want to be. Until I'm beating Mark Bruce, I'm not happy yet. And I think it's very important.
You got a while, bro. I'm just saying, just be unhappy for a while. I'm just,
Hey, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because not only is he succeeding and providing for his family, which is of course what I want for him, but having somebody to look up to and chase, and somebody to inspire you and your work habits it's very important. So luckily for me, personally speaking, Jacob, Mark, Stacy, Justin, Brian, Isaac, so many different people who we all have direct connection to, really gives us the opportunity to find not just one person, but multiple people to chase, So really just kind of understanding that nothing is going to exceed your own personal schedule and your effort really kind of gives you more of a perspective on what you're going to get yourself into. If you want to make $2,000 a month, then go ahead and put in $2,000 in, of work in. If you want to make 20 bands, understand what you need to do and go do it. It's not just going to deposit into your bank account on your own, or without you getting out there and putting gas in your car and spinning your wheels type of deal. So you got to want it. You got to not be employee minded, and you got to understand what you're committing yourself to, because it's a commitment. And, whenever you hit, roadblocks, you got to be mentally stable and strong enough to be able to, just on to the next one. In my mind, I literally think when somebody tells me to piss off, I literally sing that song, and I'm on to the next one. I just sing that song in my head. Boom, I'm on to the next one. Let's go type of deal. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I got to say to that.
Dude, that's so good. Then Mark told me, we're not going to get into it on your first, like, real big kicking you out the house type of deal. But anyways, dude, that was so
hey,
good.
Hey, hold on. Hold on. If it was that dude who tried to fight me, that's not my fault. That's his fault. I was trying to help his mom out. I was trying to help his mom. Huh?
It's recorded. All right. Yeah. So anyways, that's good. Finding somebody to chase, and then surrounding yourself with people, and not being afraid to surround yourself with people, I think is big. Like, a lot of people will start here and they won't necessarily surround themselves with people for whatever reason at a high level. And that's something that you did, and you took it on with some passion. That's why I think your goal, like, if I talk to some people who've been here for 2-3 months or 6-7 months, their goal isn't to write 30,000 in a month. It's to write like 5. So the fact that your goal is to write 30,000, I think it says a lot to the people and the people you're hanging around, and then how that kind of affects what you feel like is capable inside of this industry. Now, I want to kind of touch on you touched on it a little bit, but I want to touch on investing in yourself. From bro leads to putting gas in your car to all of it. Help somebody.
I think that investing in yourself is probably one of the most talked about things that we will ever hear from, whether it's from Brian, Isaac, Buddy, Mark, Jacob, anybody. I think investing in yourself is very important, and that's something that I'm still actually working on myself. But I think it's very important to first off really just understand how crucial and beneficial it is to invest in yourself. I actually just the other day we had our Zoom meeting and Brian talked about a book that has helped him out, how it's helped out a lot of other leaders called Tribal Leadership. And I took the initiative to go ahead and buy the book on Amazon and start reading it with a couple of our other team members. And so I think it's very important to first identify how important it is to invest in yourself, just mentally and emotionally, because if you're not investing positive mentality into your mind every day, a simple no at 10:45 in the morning, and then you're hit with another no and or same in your face, and you're thinking, man, I already spent $45 on gas. I just changed my oil yesterday. I spent $300 on leads. 2 people told me to piss off. Man, I'm about to go home and go to the pool. It's real easy to do that. Real easy. And I'm gonna tell you from I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I've done that a couple times myself, as I'm sure everybody has, because it's you're not preparing yourself for war. Unfortunately, we are public servants and we are people who are here for people's families and we cover them. But at the end of the day, from a sales perspective, we're going to war with people. I mean, we're the front line is people who, I mean, at the doorstep. I mean, you knock on the door, they don't know who you are, they don't know why you're there, they don't know what the hell is going on. We do, but they don't. So the war is already right there. Yeah, we're on their side, but when it comes down to it, I mean, it's either they let us in the house or they don't, type of deal. And so mentally preparing yourself for 20 no's to get that one yes finally, even if it's a kid app. In my mind, hey, I got one application, I got in the door, I did my pre-zo, I finalized that sale, I closed it, I posted on GroupMe. And not only is it, yeah, it's a kid app, but at the end of the day, it's about establishing good habits in the home. It's about establishing positive mentality. It's establishing confidence and being able to speak with authority. Whenever you don't have commission breath and whenever you are able to speak with true respect and kind of dignity, and you're not like so focused on, oh my god, they can only afford $60 a month, but I'm gonna try to push it for that 99 a month because I need that money. People can sense that from you, and whenever they realize that you don't have their best interest in mind, that's when they're like, okay, this guy is a salesman. He's not really a servant here coming to my doorstep like I thought he was. Now I'm kind of more reluctant, and now I have to think about it. So let me go talk to my husband, who I'm not even married to, type of deal, and let me go just think about it and put you on the back burner. And then that's how you lead into a lack of confidence. That's how you lead into should I even be doing this business? And if anybody on 300 or NASB or anybody tells you that I've never questioned my position here, oh, I've never thought about quitting, they're lying. We've all had that moment, maybe moments where we're like, man, I'm tired of this shit. I ain't doing this no more, man. I'm spending all this money. I'm not getting no money back. Just you will run into that moment. And it's important, like I said, to be mentally strong and kind of really understanding your why as to why you're even doing this job. Many leaders will tell you about finding a strong why. You can say, oh, yeah, I joined NASB to make money and I'm here because I don't like being a bartender and I just want to go make some money. Which, hey, that's a good reason, but is that a strong enough reason to get you out of bed 2 hours before the call even starts to get your mind right for the day? Understanding a strong why versus just a why, it's a game changer. It's very impactful to your mind. And I mean, I've came to realize that my strong why is I don't want to bartend ever again in my life because I hate people. And I'm not gonna lie, like some people might think, oh, that's stupid. Oh, maybe that's not a strong enough why. But when it comes down to it, I know how much I hated bartending. I made some good money. That's the only reason why I did it. But, you know, understanding your strong why and really the purpose as to why you are doing this job really will help out you. It'll help you in those really tough moments for sure. So I think that a great stepping stone to start with your great mindset is books. And Brian said that on his call literally, I think last Thursday it was, or whatever day it was, is that books is like pumping gas in your car. Your car ain't going anywhere without gas. So I think that reading books and listening to podcasts and, you know, talking to people who are in the same position as you, people who want to proceed and people who want to progress in the business, you know, creating that environment around yourself is very important. And nobody's going to cause that to happen for you. Nobody's going to create your circle for you. So you need to eliminate all distractions. And I can't remember who it was on a morning call. I think it was maybe Craig or Buddy. I can't remember who it was, but they're talking about vampires or spiders or something like that. And about how vampires will just suck the life out of you, and how vampires are pretty much people who are going to distract you constantly, people who are going to try to encourage and motivate you to come out the field early. Hey, we're going to grab some drinks. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I know it's only 11:30 in the morning, but hey, we're going to grab some mimosas and have a great day. You know, you got to be able to eliminate those distractions and really, really get your mind right and understand why you're doing this business and understand what your goal is. Really, like, what is your ultimate goal is what it comes down to. What is your why and what is your goal?
Well, so how did that affect your schedule? Like what was your working schedule before, unless you figured out like your why that deep coming out the gate? But if not, like what was your schedule before, and then what was your schedule after figuring that out, and how did it affect it?
Sure. So I think that one thing that really helped me out is actually, Jacob, one of your Zoom calls you had. It was probably within my first 2 weeks of the business, but it was a road to 100,000. And you pretty much broke down exactly how many leads you need to buy, how many door knocks you need to have a week, how many hours you need to be in the field, how many this, how many that. So if anybody needs that, I have those notes and I can happily share them with you. But pretty much just, you know, understanding your goals, really. So what was the question one more time, Jacob? I'm sorry, bro. I get distracted.
What was your schedule? You're good.
Oh yeah, so my schedule before. So before I understood my why and my goals, I was working maybe, I'm not gonna lie, 30 hours a week, maybe 28, 29. And it's because I didn't really understand what it took to get to where I wanted to be. So that's why it's very important to surround yourself with people who, number one, knows what it takes to get to where you want to be, because they're there or they're already past where you want to be. Or I mean, I don't know, but you need to just understand what your why is, because once you understand your why and understand how to get where you want to be, then you're able to kind of stick to more of a schedule. So if you're going out on Monday from maybe 1 to 3, 1 to 4, okay, I got to be back at my house for dinner type of deal, you're not going to get anywhere. And I mean, that's just the reality. That's what I'm saying. 20 hours a week is going to get you 20 hours of production, which might be maybe 2,000 a month. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe 3 if you get a nice sale. And 3,000 a month, I mean, let's just be real. If you pay rent, I mean, half your rent's right there. Groceries, gas, you know, all your income is out the door. Leads, your money is gone. Okay. So once you understand, once you understand your why and you really find the reason why your why is your why, if that makes sense to y'all, you know, then you will understand what it really takes. So we had our meeting the other day with a gentleman, I can't remember his name. It was last Wednesday, I believe, or Tuesday, and he was talking about, you know, a road to be promoted, and he was talking about how important it is to, you know, first discover your why. Okay, my why is I don't want to bartend. Okay, why is that your why? Because I want to make more money. Okay, why do you want to make more money? Because I feel like I'm worth that. I feel like I'm personally worth more than $1,000 a week. That's just my opinion. I feel like I'm worth, you know, at least 5,000 a week. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm good looking. Okay, I got confidence. I know what I'm talking about. I'm here to serve you and your family. I'm worth more than $1,000 a week. So once you know your worth, okay, the money will come because you will have confidence. You will have a schedule. You will know your information. Once you practice your prezo over and over and over and over again, practice makes perfect. Now, we'll never be perfect, but we're striving for that. And so I think that it's very important to understand why your why is your why. And then literally wake up every morning understanding, man, I'm tired as hell. I worked a 12-hour day yesterday. I don't want to do this. I don't even want to get on the call this morning, but I don't want to be a bartender ever again. And this is what I got to do. So if I don't want to do this anymore, I'm going to realize I'm going to be bartending next week. And I don't want to do that. So let me get my fat ass up. Let me go take a shower and let me hop on this call and let me read a book. Let me do something. And whatever you got to do to get your mind right, do it. So I think that once you understand your why and understanding what it is you need to do to get to where you want to be, find that person to chase, talk to them, surround yourself with them. I call Mark and Jacob combined, I don't know, 20 times a day. I mean, I'm always on the phone with these people because why? They're where I want to be. They're past where I want to be, and they're where I want to be. So I cannot surround myself with clowns and poodles and cats and whatnot and stray dogs in the streets. I can't surround myself with slobs and lazy ass people, but expect myself to get to where people who are making 30, 40,000 a month. I can't expect that. So pretty much being real with yourself and just understanding that, you know, I can't go to the gym for 10 minutes a day and expect to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's just not how it works. So you cannot expect to come into this business and work 15, 20 hours a week, but expect to make Mark and Jacob and Stacy and Brian and whoever else money. It's just not going to happen. So to answer your question, Jacob, you got to understand your why. You really need to.
Dude, I love that. That was so good. I think about a quote like, dude, why's it got to be easy? What are you talking about? You want to get Jordan Hitt's numbers. Why's it got to be easy? It's hard. Figure it out.
See,
all right.
And the thing about that is if it's easy, like, why do you want it? I mean, hey, if there's easy money out there, I'm all for it. But at the same time, if it's easy, then the hobo down the street who's been homeless for 15 years can go get that same exact money, which means that we're on the same level. And I know I'm not on his level, respectfully, but we're not on the same level. So I want that money that Brian has. I want that Jordan Smith money. I want all that money. I don't want the money that the hobo down the street can go get. I'm not on that level, respectfully. I'm just saying.
I'm with it, baby. Hey, that was good.
With all due respect.
All due respect. Respectfully. Right. Well, how's that movie go? You can say anything as long as I say all without. Never mind.
Yeah. All right, with all due respect, with all due respect, you're not on my level. You know, with all due respect, like for real. So.
All right. So let's get into somebody coming in, right? Or somebody saying, Jordan, but there has to be some secret sauce. You have to be doing some secret door knock, some secret presentation. Who taught you? How long have you been practicing or whatever, right? People are going to think all different kinds of things. What helped you? Because when you came into this business, you knew nothing about life insurance as far as like selling it at the level that we're doing it, the type of process it's going into. So what helped you being that it was all new?
To be honest, a direct quote from Mark Bruce, KISS, keep it stupid simple. I think that keeping it stupid simple is really going to not only mentally, for me at least, it mentally makes it a lot easier for me to understand what I'm even saying. But also people who we talk to, they don't know shit about insurance at all. So if you speak with authority and confidence, if you don't know anything and you just know the basics, if you just talk with confidence, the more you talk, the more you're losing. So the less that you talk, the more you're winning, type of deal. So if you just learn to say the most impactful and sweet and simple things, I mean, whoever speaks first loses. Whoever speaks the most loses. So just keep it real simple. They're going to ask the questions. Whenever they ask the questions and you answer them with confidence and you answer them and they understand it, now you have their full attention. You have their full trust. I mean, there's no more, boundary to cross because they see that you're informed. They see that you know way more than they already know. They don't know shit. And maybe you don't know shit, but you're confident in not knowing shit. So now apparently to them, you know everything type of deal. So, I mean, it really is just that easy. If you don't know anything, be confident in not knowing anything. Just address that you don't know anything. Go home and study some shit later on. Do some product knowledge. Look on Mutual of Omaha's agent portal. Call your upline, whatever the case may be. That way you actually know what you're talking about. But if you don't know anything, keep it stupid simple and be confident. And I think that really utilizing your uplines has really helped me out a lot. If you're ever in a ride along, it's real easy to get caught up in conversation. Jacob's a really cool guy. Mark's a really cool guy. Anybody, Justin's a really cool guy. Pretty much anybody who's field training, it's real easy to get caught up in casual conversation. But what we don't realize is that, hey, all those people's time is valuable. They could be at home doing something. They could be out door knocking for themselves, whatever the case may be. But also, my time is valuable too. So it's cool to chit chat and lollygag around. Hey, how's the kiddos? How's the wife? How's the front yard looking? But it's also very important to utilize that time efficiently. That way, it's not just being wasted time. Because if you go home that day from being in the car and there's a recap and they say, hey, so what'd you learn today? Oh man, I your son's favorite color is blue. You know what I'm saying? Now you not only have you wasted their time, but now you wasted your time. So I think that it's very important to, whenever you have opportunity to learn, especially from somebody who's been in the business for 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, whatever the case may be, bust out a pen and paper, bust out your iPad, Notability, take notes. I mean, my first week in the car with Mark, and Mark can verify this. Every single day I was in his car, I had my notepad out and I had my pen out and I was asking questions. I was writing down exactly what he was saying. I would go home and think of more questions. I'd come back the next morning and ask him. I'd call him at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. Hey man, I got a question. Mutual of Omaha, what's their final expense application called again?
Oh, facts. Okay, that is facts, no doubt. I mean, a composition book, questions all the way down 3 or 4 pages of questions. When we would leave a house, this dude would have 3 or 4 pages of notes. He wanted to know, why'd you do this? Why did you say it like this? It was textbook, awesome new agent coming in, because that's how you know somebody wants to be successful in this business.
Exactly. I think that people who take the most notes learn the most, and the most notes that you take, the more you know, and the more that you know, the more confident that you are, the more that people will trust you. Even simply in your door knock approach, the more confidence that you have, I mean, they won't even know what your name is. They won't even know why the hell you're there. You're smiling. Hey, I'm Jordan. I'm with the final expense office. I'm here to drop off the information. What information? Don't worry about it. Let me grab my laptop and we'll go over it. Boom. Turn to your car. Go grab that laptop. You're gonna walk back up to the door. They're gonna say, wait, why are you here for? I know you're a little confused, but give me about 2 minutes and we'll go over it and I'll be out of your way. Boom. Just walk into the door. I mean, the door's already open. Just walk in there. And the fact that they see that you're that confident to simply just walk in their house without them really inviting you in. I know it might sound weird, and sometimes I feel weird doing that, but once you just kind of flash that badge and say, I'm with the final expense office for, Bexar County, Harris County, Montgomery County, whatever case may be, I'm just here to drop off some information to you about what final expense. I know you look confused. Let me just grab my laptop and we'll go over it so I can get you off the list. So really being confident is what really has helped me out the most. Even when I'm not confident, even when I've been told to piss off 20 times before, and I'm like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go home and sit on my couch. But when I go knock on the next door and I'm smiling and I'm just as confident as I can be. That's really helped me out a lot. It's really that, for sure.
No, that's good. So being confident, how did that affect your presentation? Because I hear Mark say it all the time, the KISS, keep it stupid simple, right? Or keep it simple stupid, or super simple.
Yeah.
Keep it something simple. So I hear him say it all the time, but then when you get into the house, and it's almost like, I mean, your first house in this business without somebody with you is like looking at the face of a lion type of deal, and it's little 82-year-old Miss Johnson. But how did that transition to where you are now, and what was that process like for you?
I think that being confident really helped me be more comfortable with having tough conversations. I think that being confident and knowing that not only is our product very beneficial and it's almost needed, 3 out of 3 people are going to die. One out of 3 people is going to go to McDonald's today, type of deal. So you're going to die. We both know that. I know that I'm confident in why I'm coming here is it's beneficial. I wouldn't be doing my job if I thought it was a waste of time. Number one, I want money. I want a lot of money. Okay. Number 2, I know that what I have is what you need, type of deal. So when you're confident, not only are you able to have those tough conversations, but you're more able to paint the picture for them. And what I mean by that is, you can sell somebody all day, this and that. You can have all these weak punchlines, whatever case may be, and they're not going to vividly see the aftermath of them passing away. They're just thinking, okay, yeah, I'm going to pass away. Oh yeah, Samantha, my daughter, yeah, she's my beneficiary. Yeah, she'll be the one. But once you have the confidence in yourself to make it realistic, and you kind of say, okay, so who's going to be the one in charge of going to the funeral home to make sure that you're properly taken care of? Oh, Samantha. So Samantha's going to be the one to be talking to the funeral guy, to the funeral guy, planning all your floor arrangements, picking out your casket. It's going to be Samantha, right? Okay, now who's going to be the next person in case Samantha passes away and you have to take care of her funeral? Who's going to be the one, just kind of really putting things into perspective for them. Once they kind of have that vivid picture of Samantha going to the funeral home and picking out your casket and picking out your floor arrangements, that's when it kind of gets real for them. And they're like, okay, damn, I am going to pass away. And Samantha is going to have to go pick out my casket for me. I need to make sure that she's not going to have to worry about this. Another thing that we know is that storytelling really does help out, your confidence in selling. For example, my older brother, he was 23 when he passed away in 2018. And I'm not gonna lie, we were very close and all that good stuff. But I know if the roles were flipped, he would use my story to his advantage in selling insurance, especially when you're talking about something that has to do with life or death and you've experienced, that death situation. I know Stacy has talked about it a lot. Mark, I'm pretty sure everybody here has maybe experienced somebody passing away. Worrying about that financial part is probably the worst thing that you ever have to endure, Okay, babe. Sorry. My apologies. Having to worry about that financial part is probably the worst thing you will ever have to worry about. So whenever you say stories that kind of put that emotional side into their vivid picture they have in their mind already. Oh, Samantha is the one. And then I tell my story, my brother didn't have any insurance. He passed away suddenly. And, we had to pay 15 grand out of pocket. And he had to sit in the morgue for 2.5 months for us to figure that out. And I'm like, can you imagine that happening to you? Can you imagine Samantha going home every day and, realizing that her mom is still in the morgue, that she cannot afford 15,000? I'm like, don't you think that Samantha has goals for herself? Don't you think Samantha wants to pay off that credit card? Don't you think Samantha wants to have that new home that she's been looking at? She wants that new car, right? That's a down payment. But all her personal goals in her life are now set back because this moment right now, we don't want to talk about $40 a month. So $40 a month right now is going to help Samantha avoid all that in the future and avoid a lot of, traumatic emotional turmoil that she's going to have to go through if we don't do this. So just kind of having that confidence to have that tough conversation with somebody and not being afraid to to create the fire essentially and keep lighting it. You know, once you keep lighting that fire and they're like melting and they're like, oh my God, yeah, that's horrible. I don't want that for my kids. It's not at that point, it's not necessarily about if I want this or not. It's really just about how much can I afford and what do I want to sign up for, pretty much. So confidence is a big key in your presentation. If you're stuttering, if you're like backtracking words, if you're like, you know, tripping over yourself, you know, they're gonna see that and they're gonna think, I mean, I don't want to give this guy my money. I don't want to give him my social. I don't want him to be in charge, but I'm no longer here. This dude can't even say a sentence without stuttering 5 times, type of deal. How can I trust him to go talk to Mutual of Omaha or Americo when I'm no longer here and my kids need that money? I can't trust this guy. So all in all, confidence, you know, it's the key to trust. You have to build trust within a matter of minutes. And it's very hard to do so. But if you just be yourself and be confident and just say the things that you're taught to say, I mean, it's effortless at that point. So, I mean, being confident is just really, first off, trusting yourself, which feeds back into pouring positive motivation and positive, you know, information into your mind. Once you're at that point to where you're confident in yourself, I mean, nobody can stop you. You're literally unstoppable. The only person that's stopping you at that point is literally yourself.
So somebody may say, Jordan's probably building all kinds of rapport with Miss Johnson. They're probably loving him because I love him or whatever. You know what I mean? I kind of got a sales crush, bro. Yeah, you're on point. So, but
Thank you.
What, right? So, what would you say to somebody who is spending an hour and a half in a house, who is maybe getting in and they're not as organized, maybe they're not as direct as you? What's that process look like when you walk in and when you get set up?
Well, first, I'm gonna say if you're in a house for an hour and a half and you're not making a sale, you need to raise your standards, because that means that you don't value your own time. You know, all in all, we're here to make money and we're here to see as many families as we can a day. So if you're going to a home and Miss Johnson has congestive heart failure, she has HIV, ARC, and the whole 9 yards, and she has a cancer and she smokes, and she can't afford the AIG or Great Western that we're offering her, because we know that's the only company that she can be approved with. If she can't afford that, okay, thank you. Have a great day. Thank you. I'm not here to talk about Billy, Jim, and Joe down the street, you know, and all that X, Y, and Z. I'm not here for that. I'm here. Number one, I'm here. Can I make money? I'm gonna be honest. That's why we're all doing our job. Can I make money? Can I make a sale? Can I get you approved? No, no, no. I'm out. Here's my card. Call me if you need me. Have a great day. Thank you. So it's very important to raise your standards. Understand why we are here. We're not here to make friends, and we're not here to be Miss Johnson's pool boy, unless you want to. That's up to you, though. That's up to you. But we're here to make money, and we're here to make sales, and we're here to protect families. Most important. So, number one, I'm gonna say, when you're at the door, okay, if we have our little door approach. You know, I'm from the benefits office, blah blah blah. If they're asking too many questions, that's when you jump into your direct knockout questions. They say, who are you with? Who are you with again? I'm from the benefits office. I said I'm Jordan Hitt. I'm the field underwriter. They just sent me out here to go over the information with you that you requested. Heart attack or strokes in the past 4 years? No. Do you smoke? No. Okay. Do you have cancer? HIV, ARC? Are you in a wheelchair? No. Okay, let me grab my laptop. Boom. Turn around and walk off. We don't have time to play games. You know, if you know that AIG is the only company for them, and you bust out your phone real quick at the door. Okay, this is what they're gonna offer you. Can you afford $199 a month with your Social Security that you get paid $800 a month? Can you afford that? No? Okay, I'm out. Thank you. Have a good day. Type of deal. I don't recommend giving up on sales easily unless you know. I mean, if they make $800 a month and based on what they want to do for their family, if they want to leave money behind, or if they want to just pay for their funeral or their cremation or whatever the case may be, If they can't afford that, I'm not wasting my time, because my time is more valuable than yours, respectfully. And my standards for myself and for my business and for my family and for my coworkers and for everybody around me, I just realized that all of our time is way more valuable than yours will ever be, respectfully. So I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time. And yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time and go over what the mechanic at AutoZone said about your transmission. I don't care. I don't care about that, and I don't care about your problems, respectfully. So if you cannot afford what I'm offering, I'm out. Thank you. Here's my card. Have a great day. So once you hit those knockout questions and you're in the house with them, that's when you can kind of be more friendly. Okay, I'm in your house. Oh, Miss Johnson, thank you for letting me into your home. I greatly appreciate it. Oh my God, look at all those books on your shelf. Oh my God, is that Joel Osteen? I love Joel Osteen. Whether you're a Christian or not, or whether you believe, who cares? I love Joel Osteen. That's a great pastor. I watch him every week. I love his books. It's awesome. You sit down with them, you kind of build a connection with them. We all know the 10 steps. But then get right back down to it. Okay, we're friends. You can see that I'm on your side. I'm not an enemy. I'm here to help you and your family. Okay, let's get back down to it. Can you help me and can I help you? Yes or no? That's pretty much what we're getting down to. If I can help you and you can help me, then let's talk. If not, here's my card. Have a great day. Thank you for your time, type of deal. So.
And has your perspective changed on leads any?
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. Whenever I first started, a lot of people who come into the business, everybody's financial situation is different. And so whenever I came into the business, I was broke, had like $1,000 in my name and, struggling. And I remember talking to Mark and talking to Brian about my financial situation and kind of being scared to invest in money. I've never had a job before where I've had to invest money, so much money, before you even see a dime. You have to pay for the license, you got your fingerprints, you got, the course, the leads, you're paying for so many things. But it's a great investment to make because it opens up the door for so much opportunity for you to grow and so much money for you to make. But it kind of reverts back to how many hours you work a week. If you work 20 hours a week, then your income is going to reflect 20 hours a week. If you invest $200 a week in leads, then your income is going to reflect $200 a week in leads. We all know that the standard, if you can afford it, is roughly around $1,000 a week is what you should be investing. Now, it sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but you're purchasing money, you're purchasing opportunity, you're purchasing the ability to go to somebody's home and protect their family, but more importantly, make money for yourself. That's why we're doing our job. And so I think that, when you're first getting into the business, money might be tight, and that's okay. Talk to your upline and see how can they help you. I've only been in the business for 4 months, but people above us have leads that they can share. There's so many opportunities for you to, make this work. It just comes down to, do you really want to make this work or not? If you don't, it's going to reflect in your work ethics and your behavior. But if you do, there's leads for you already bought. Buy this many leads and we'll match you, type of deal. There's so many things that you can do before quitting, because in this job, you don't fail until you quit. Now, I had a 2.5 week period, I think like 2 or 3 months ago, where I didn't make a sale. I got into many houses, couldn't make a sale. 2.5 weeks, not one sale. That's rough. That's rough. And that's real rough on your confidence. That's really rough on your bank account. And that's really rough on your mentality and your perspective on the job. And at that point in time, you have two options. Number one, you can keep pumping your legs and you can keep on going because you haven't failed quite yet. You haven't failed. You're still in it. You're still fighting. Or number two, you can leave and you can fail. That's when you fail. So it doesn't matter if you go zero for a whole month. If you're out there and you're knocking, 75, 80, 100 doors a week, and you're buying leads and you're showing effort, then I can guarantee you that any leader in this business will give you the shirt off their back without a doubt. But if you're working 15 hours a week and you're spending $100 on leads a week and you're like, well, then that's a different story. You're getting the results that you deserve. You don't deserve 5 bands a month, 10,000 a month, 30,000 a month if you're only spending $300 a week on leads. I mean, you can't put $5 of gas in your car but expect to drive from Texas to New York. You just can't do that. That's not how that works. So if you want to get to New York from Texas, you got to be able, and you got to be willing to put the money in your car, because you know where you want to go and you know what it takes in order for you to get there. So if you want to go to New York, you need to spend that money on the gas. If you want to make $5, $10, $15, $20,000 a month in deposits, then you got then you got to be able to invest that money. And it's okay to start small. It's okay. You know, you don't have to come into the business and just start spending $1,000 a week. Let's be realistic. Not a lot of people have that money to start off with. I didn't. And I just now got to the position to where I can do that. It takes time and commitment to get to that point. But once you get to that point, you got a little bit of money in your pocket. Now you feel more confident, not only in work Jordan, but even personal life Jordan, relationship Jordan, the gym Jordan, you know, Jordan playing video games, whatever it's going to be, you're just more confident in yourself all in all. And that's going to, whatever you put out into the world, I feel like it's going to attract to you. So if you put out confidence, hard work, dedication, great work ethic, people around you are going to notice that, whether it's on social media, out at a bar, your clients, coworkers, whatever the case may be, people are going to recognize that. And people are going to start to wonder, what are you doing so good that you're that confident? How are you now going on trips? How are you, making $15,000 in deposits a month? Well, come with me and I'll show you real quick. Let me show you what's up. Now I'm gonna give you some free game and you can decide what you want to do. So I think that's what's up.
Bro, and how much did you make last month?
14.
Talk to him nice. Talk to him nice.
That hands down is
Jordan, wait, Jordan. What were you making before you jumped in the business at bartending? Your best month?
My best month bartending, probably like 5,000, and that's me busting my ass. That's me, putting in them hours. And
so Jordan, are you following your paychecks now? Like, are you starting to write them down every day? Are you following your paychecks?
Oh, yeah.
Are you following how much? So it helps. Like, you can write down what you sold for the day and what you're making every day. You can go look at your calendar. That will make you go crazy.
Yes, I think that's another big point. I'm glad you said that. But yeah, to revert back to what I was just saying, yes, this business makes you a lot more money. Never made anywhere near $6,000 a month in my life. So the fact that I made 14, I was blown out when I saw that. But a big part of the business is tracking your numbers. And I didn't necessarily realize how important that was. Probably, I'm not even gonna lie, probably until about a couple weeks ago. I ain't gonna lie. Just because I was out there making sales, I was out there doing the job. I was being successful in my mind without doing that, without knowing my numbers, without having to track anything. I was like, I'm doing great. I don't need that. I'm doing just fine. But then you don't really realize what you're really doing, and you cannot get promotions. You cannot succeed. You cannot reach that whatever level you're trying to reach without tracking your numbers. Because if you're stuck in a slump and you call, hey, Jordan, hey, Jacob, hey, Mark, hey, Stacy, I'm having a hard time. What am I doing wrong? And they say, okay, well, how many door knocks are you knocking? Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, how many pre-deals are you doing a week? Oof, I don't know, maybe 3. I don't know. You should be able. I'm doing seven prezos a day or a week. I'm doing 80 door knocks. You know, you need to know exactly your numbers. That way, you know what you need to improve on, what you need to adjust, what you need to focus on. Because once you start changing minor things here and there, and they all collectively start to improve, now you're going from 4,000 or 5,000 a month to, damn, I just hit 10K in 1 month. Oh, damn, now I'm at 10K a week. Oh, shit. Now I'm at 45K. You know, you just keep progressing and progressing and progressing. So, yes, tracking your numbers is very, very important. And I wish I would realize that a little bit sooner. But I'm glad that I'm still young in the business and I realize that now. But I think that utilizing the numbers app that Jacob and Mark talk about all the time is very important. It has how many door knocks you have, how much you're spending in leads a day, your deposits, how many leads you're getting. I mean, it really breaks it down X, Y, and Z, you know, A, B, C. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. And not only is it, you know, it relieves stress and anxiety on your own mind because you don't know what you're even doing. You know, all you're thinking is, man, I've gone out there and I've spent $40 in my car and I'm burning my wheels all day and I've had no prezos and I haven't made a sale in a week. You know, and in your mind, you're thinking you're stressed. And that's when you get commission breath. But when you look at your numbers and you say, and you see, okay, well, I've only knocked 25 doors this week. That's why I'm not making any sales. I mean, it's easier just to, it kind of gives you an understanding as to why you're not doing good, or it gives you a reason as to why you are doing good, you know? So tracking your numbers is very, very important for sure.
Jordan, dude, we got to run this back, but that was absolutely phenomenal. I think I'm speaking on everybody's behalf on that was the best one we've done.